87-32, what it do? This is Nico Escobar, your commissioner, here with your Week 3 roundup. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Beijing Stud versus MK. What was supposed to be a battle of almost equals turned into an absolute blowout as MK defeated Beijing Stud 120-74. Led by tremendous performances by Michael Vick, Cedric Benson, and Richard Mendenhall. MK had too many answers and Beijing Stud had too little responses. Andre Johnson failed to score, Greg Jennings failed to score, Javid Best failed to score, meaning that his team was unable to break the century mark in this absolute blowout. Taking a look at the bench, it looks like Beijing Stud did not start Brandon Marshall despite getting him from the Bird Mites, meaning these 22 points right here did not add up to help him defeat MK. MK did a good job managing the bench, playing all of his guys that, except for Jamal Charles, that would have got him the points he needed. 120 was more than enough for MK to take the win here. Next up, Bird Mites versus Negotiators. The Negotiators shocked absolutely everyone by defeating the Bay Area Bird Mites 90-69. What was supposed to be a blowout for the Bird Mites turned to an absolute nightmare as the quarterback and the two running backs failed to produce for the Bird Mites. Ray Rice has yet to score a touchdown the entire year. Sean McCoy, after a great week 2, ended up almost scoring a goose egg, scoring only 5 points for the Bird Mites. That's not to take away from the Negotiators with Tom Brady with 22, Thomas Jones with 15, and Randy Moss and Santana Moss both with 16 points, leading the Negotiators to the easy win over the Bird Mites 90-69. After the game, the Bird Mites were shaken up, upset, while the Negotiators were very happy with their victory. Next up, Chang versus Jack Attack. Defending 2009 champ Jack Attack has failed to find his way in 2010 as he drops yet another one to Team Chang. Another blowout over here, 108-86. Aaron Rodgers' 22 points was far from enough to help Jack Attack defeat Team Chang. Team Chang was led by 20 points by Jeremy McNabb. Who the hell is he? Tony Romo, Frank Gore, and Darren McFadden. Steelers defense also helped lift Team Chang over Jack Attack. Jack Attack appears to be in a panic mode as his running backs and his wide receivers still have failed to produce for his team. Taking a look at his bench, it looks like he probably should have started Breston and maybe the Cowboys defense to get the game a little bit closer. Well, hopefully in subsequent weeks, Jack Attack can make some changes to get him over the top here, but congratulations to Team Chang for taking care of business in Week 3. Next up, Davis versus Means. What is this? This is the third defeat for Team CPC in Week 3 as Team Davis absolutely drops the Team Means 102-63. I'm sorry, Brett Favre's 8 points is not going to be enough for you to beat a team that looks like he's going to make a run for the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning with 25 points, Steven Jackson with 11, Peyton Hills with 23. It looks like Team Means is really stacking up against the competition here. Taking a look at the bench scores, Davis, you got to do a better job managing your bench. Leaving Mark Sanchez and Mike Wallace with 22 points apiece on the bench is not going to help you win games here. You are 0-3. You got to step it up. Hats off to Team Means for taking care of business here. We'll see what you do next week, but you did a damn good job in Week 3. Next up, Tran Ramrod. We've all graduated from high school already, but it looks like Team Tran is holding close to AP, led by AP with his 31 points. I know that metaphor wasn't as good as it could be, but it's as best as I can do with such short notice. Team Tran was able to down Team Ramrod 113-88, meaning all 4 CPC affiliated teams have lost in Week 3. That's sad. That's really sad. CPC, you got to step it up. Team Tran did a tremendous job with Deshaun Jackson having 21 points, Tony Gonzalez, a tight end, with 17 points. Ramrod, I mean, you played well. 88 points. Some weeks is enough to win, but not this week. Take a look at the bench. 105 bench points for Team Tran is incredible. But if we dive into it, you got Joe Flacco over here with 22 points. And you have you have Bolden with 32 points. I mean, you got to do a little bit better job managing your bench. These guys could have been up here scoring points for you. 105 bench points. I mean, your bench outscored this team, but hey, in another week, you could have been, facing somebody like MK with 120 points. You would have lost this one. You got to be careful out here. You got lucky this time, Tran. I'm not going to lie. You got lucky. We'll see what happens in subsequent weeks, but congratulations on your Week 3 win. And that wraps up the Week 3 wrap-up. Taking a look at the standings, it looks like we have a 4-way tie for first place in the AFC with Team MK with the most points scored. Tied with Tran, Bird Mites, and Ramrod. It looks like it's really tight in the AFC. On the NFC, we have two teams that are tied with 2-1, Team Means and Team Chang. With Beijing Stud and Jack Attack over there, one game back in Davis. I'm sorry, you got to start winning games. 0-3. Negotiator with his win over the Bird Mites is one game back with the lead over here in the AFC. Looking ahead to next week, we have a couple interesting matchups with division rivals Ramrod and Bay Area Bird Mites facing off. Looks like Ramrod is a 20-point favorite in this one. Hopefully the Bay Area Bird Mites can prevail, shocking everybody, as they always do. Mean faces off against Team Tran in what should be a relatively close game. Mean is an 11-point underdog over here, but Tran, hey, like I said before, your bench management is going to kill you. This might be the week when it happens. Stud then faces Chang. Looks like Chang is not going to be able to persevere here. 28-point favorite for Beijing Stud, but we all know how these previews work. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. I guess that's why the players actually have to play the game. MK, it's like you're going to drop this one to the Negotiators by at least 17 points according to the line. Negotiators, after that trade, they look legitimate. Finally, Davis, you're not looking pretty sharp right here, man. You're a 52-point underdog. You only have 7 players started. You better get that fixed. Team Coleman, or pardon me, Jack Attack. Hey, we know your team can win. We know your team is underperforming. Hopefully you can regain some strength as we get into the mid-season form. This has been your commissioner for the GMs of the Gridiron 2010, signing off. Peace.